Hi beauties! Today I'm going to show you how I made this a very beautiful maxi pleated skirt, and this one doesn't have a zipper, which is great because it's so simple to make. If you want to learn how to make this, then keep watching. Okay, so you will need 2 meters of chiffon fabric, 2 meters of lining fabric, some elastic, a pair of sharp scissors and some pins. Okay, so let's start by measuring ourselves. Measure your waist. This is where the skirt is going to sit. Also need to measure the largest part of your waist. As this is going to have an elastic, you need to make sure that you can pull the skirt up. You need to measure the length of the skirt, so starting from your waist to the floor. Okay, so this skirt is going to be sewn in 2 parts. So what you need to do is first cut the width of the skirt. So for the width, what I have done is I'm going to cut 1 meter for the back and 1 meter for the front. Okay, so now you need to cut the length of all your fabric. Just to let you know that for the back of the fabric, you will need to have 5 centimeters seam allowance, and for the front of the fabric you will only need 1 centimeter seam allowance. Also, when you're cutting the lining, make sure that the lining is 1 inch shorter than the chiffon fabric. Also, I'm not going to sew the bottom of the skirt, so I'm not going to need any more seam allowance. However, if you want to sew the bottom of your skirt, please also keep 2 more centimeters for the front and the back. Okay, so I'm going to start working on the back first. So make sure that you place the chiffon fabric right way facing up and then place a lining on top. So basically you're just sewing the width of the skirt, and make sure that when you do this, you do the side that you have just cut, as this is going to be the raw edge. This way the raw edge will be hidden and it will not fray. So you need to do this step for both pieces, so for the front of the skirt and the back of the skirt. Okay, so all you now need to do is flip the fabric inside out. Keep in mind that this is still the back part of the skirt. What we're gonna do is stitch on the elastic all the way of the width of the fabric. Okay, so the easiest way for me to sew on the elastic was just to double stitch it on the width of both sides and then flip it over once and then sew it all the way down. Sure that you go over this a couple of times because you need the elastic to be very strong. Okay, so all I've done here is flip the elastic over once and then I'm just going to sew it all the way down. Okay, so the back is now done. Okay, so now moving on to the front of the skirt, what you need to do is you need to make sure that this is very neat. So I'm just going to sew all the way of the width of the fabric, and just to give it a very nice and neat finish. This part is going to be pleated and it's going to be the front, so it will show. So make sure that this is done very neatly. Okay, so now we need to do the pleat. So what I'm going to do is use a measuring tape and measure out my pleat exactly. All I've done is use the measuring tape, and then where it's an inch, all I've done is pinch the fabric and then fold it over and then just place a pin in so it stays. Okay, so now you're ready to sew. Just be very careful and go very slow when you do this. I sort of stuck my pins too close. I don't recommend you do this. Make sure that the pins are a bit lower. Okay, so you can see that I'm double stitching over the pleat fold. Make sure that you do this. This will keep it very strong. Also keep in mind that I've sewn just under the stitching as well, just to keep it sturdy. So keeping a centimeter gap, sew it all the way down. Okay guys, so that's it. Now all you need to do is just attach the front and the back together. To do this, place the pleated side facing up, and then taking the back, place it front side facing down, and what you now need to do is just pin it together, and then just sew it of the width of the length of the fabric, sorry. Guys, just to let you know, I did have some excess fabric left, as what happened was when I went to the fabric shop, they sort of cut my fabric on an edge. I didn't realize this until I got home, so please keep in mind, if you ever buy fabric, just make sure that it's cut correctly, otherwise make them do it again. Okay, so all you now need to do, like I said, is just attach both sides together, and you're done. I hope you guys liked my tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. If you want to see more sewing tutorials, leave a comment below. And don't forget, I'm on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, so don't forget to follow me on my social networks. And until next time, bye bye.